Moving to Chile, where campaigns have resumed for the upcoming May 15th to 16th elections to choose municipal mayors, councillors, regional governors, and for the first time, the members of the Constitutional Convention, a body that will draft the country's new constitution. Let's take a look at how the election campaign resumed with our correspondent Paola Dragnic.
These are the Chilean ultra-right parties that campaign against changing Pinochet's constitution. But they had no other option but to run constituent candidates after the triumph of the yes vote in the referendum on the rewriting of the constitution. Today, they are relaunching their campaigns.
I believe that in the Constitutional Convention we need people who have clear values and principles, while at the same time people who are capable of reaching agreements, because we are going to need agreements of 2/3 in that convention.
Among them are figures such as Constanza Huber, a lawyer at the Liberty and Development Institute who wants to be a part of the body that seeks to do away with Pinochet's constitution in order to protect unrestricted economic activity. Now, what we are going to do is to transmit motivation, not only for the candidacy, but also motivation as to why the Constitution is important, and why it is important to have people who are prepared, and people who courageously defend what we want. Also relaunching their campaigns, among thousands of others, are those who seek to regulate economic activity with principles that, for example, constitutionally protect water, education, communication, and old age pensions. They do not have large corporate campaigns contributions. They come from the social activities world. By raising our voices, we intend to represent many realities, organizations and social movements, so that this constitution has an environmental, feminist and participatory perspective.
My commitment is to the constitutional enshrinement of the right to communication, so that at least 1/3 of the radio spectrum is managed by community or alternative media.
The young people who were protagonists in the 2019 uprising are joined by leaders who have been denouncing the injustices of the neoliberal model for decades.
We have few resources, we do not have visibility in the open television media, and therefore it is an asymmetrical, unequal scenario, but we are depending on the citizenship, on the people of Chile, who were the ones who rose up, not to make a mistake. There is no longer any justification to vote for the lesser evil, as we have been told for the past 30 years.
For the first time, indigenous people will have reserved seats. Although the electoral inequality does not change, Aliwen Antileo has been fighting for decades. Here he speaks in the documentary Apaga and Vámonos, Switch Off, almost 20 years ago.
What we have in Chile are political classes that are servile and subordinate to those big economies, and that economic model is the one that is plundering our natural resources.
Here, Aliwen campaigning today. On television, he has had no more than 1 second's coverage.
I have participated in dozens of mobilizations, land recoveries, which have earned me imprisonment, and this experience means that I know the demands of my people.
Regarding the candidates for the Constitutional Convention alone, there are thousands of names that today are seeking a seat in this unequal electoral campaign that ends on May 13th.
Italo Retamal y Paola Dragnic, teleSUR, Chile.